How you doing? I don't have much for you tonight. I want to remind you of two things. One is when you sign into Blackboard, I just assumed everybody knew quickly. And when somebody sent me an email and said, what is quickly? I said, I forgot to tell you about this one. I thought everybody knew. They sent out some emails and some updates on it. They've added this product now right here in the middle of your new Blackboard. When you go to new Blackboard, it's called Quickly. And you can post an announcement to your classes. Just click the ones you want, and you can also send them an email at the same time. And that's a really quick and easy function to get in touch with your students. And so when I say use Quickly, what my assumption was everybody knew that Quickly was there. Also, without even having to go into individual classes, you can now go to Needs Grading, and it'll tell you what you need to grade here in Blackboard without even having to go to now. If you don't like discussion board, if you don't have discussion board linked to your grade center, you'll still have to go to discussion board. I link all of those, so hopefully you got that. So I had forgotten about that, but I hadn't gone over this with you. They sent out the things from Emily, but I know that that's not the same as me reminding you. So I apologize for not having reminded you about this one, but yes. So this is a new function that they've got. Task stream. Let me see. We're getting a lot of task stream work in, most of it, which is kind of mixed. For those of you who are evaluating, the season is upon us to be grading in that. I'm going in and getting one here and there just as a inter-rater reliability. Let me explain that. As you know, we used to have two people go in and grade these, and then we had a third person that had to interpolate that. We don't do that anymore. And so the chair, for CAPE purposes, I'm required to show how we're still doing inter-rater reliability. So I'm supposed to go in or designate or pay somebody to go in and grade a certain percentage of these myself to make sure that we're getting what we need to be getting. I'm trying to get like 2 or 3 out of every 10. And so if I get yours and you don't have to do it, I'm required to do that. I've been doing that for a while. I don't know that I had explained that or not, but that is part of our inter-rater reliability that we're claiming for CAPE, since I don't have the money to pay somebody else to do it, so I just do it myself. If I got money to do that, then that would lessen what we pay all of you, and we need to get you paid more, not less. So I just do that myself. So that's what's going on. But yes, if you've got some of these, we're getting kind of full here. I'm going to work on some of these tonight. I've caught up on all my grading. Sundays, you know, big day for classwork to come in, and so it doesn't come in till late on Sunday night. I had everything caught up when I went to bed last night, and when I got up today, I had 48 new pieces of work that had come in. They challenged that midnight deadline, and some of them don't even make it. But I tell them, if it's there Monday morning, you're okay. And so I have caught up all my grading, and so I will be grading. I will be grading some of these. Let me see if this is the one where I was. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm back to where I was. The only other thing that I've got.
Dale, let me ask you a quick question on evaluations. If we do send something back, you do see that, correct?
Yes, I do. And I follow up with them on that as well. If I ever send one back, I send them an email. But yeah, I do see that, and I keep up. I was just looking at that a few minutes ago, some of the comments, and so it doesn't hurt my feelings when you send them back. That's a good thing, quality work. But yeah, I'm aware, and I appreciate that. And I haven't sent any of the new. I did send a couple caps back last week. I noticed they've been resubmitted. Most of the time, what I'm seeing now, I don't know if John McHugh's here. Most time now, John, he gets some that he's not happy with their APA. Mostly what I get is when they put a rough draft in and they're missing the whole task. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
That's what I don't know what's going wrong with them. Danny and I were talking this morning. This is a group that we had 2 semesters ago. I'm kind of feeling guilty. We thought we had them in pretty good shape, and they've got 605 now, and about half of them are turning in incomplete work. I'm like, where's the rest of them? Oh, I turned the wrong one in. I just don't know what's going on. They just like they've lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
But exactly, that's what I'm seeing. And so you got to go through them. But I mean, that's fairly easy, but other than it just takes your time and you have to do it twice. So what I've started doing with those caps that are coming in, I roll through all the way through them and make sure all 4 tasks are there before I start grading them now.
Yeah.
Because that's gotten to be a problem. Danny and I talked about it this morning. What did we do wrong with this group that they've got to 605 now and they've lost their mind? Their work's fine, but they're turning in the wrong document. I get all these emails. I've turned in the wrong thing in my class. It's become an epidemic in 605. We were in discussion about this morning. I don't know.
Well, we hope
how we got there, but we're there.
We're hoping it is a mistake and not them trying to pull something over on somebody.
Well, see, that's what we talked about this morning. Danny and I were talking this morning is we know these people. They did a good job for us. They turned in complete work, and now all of a sudden they're turning in stuff like, I'm wondering if this is like, if they're wondering if we're actually looking at it.
Right.
And that's what's going on. We were in that discussion this morning because I said to him this morning, I said, I'm just seeing way too much stuff coming back in 605. What's the deal? He said, well, he thinks maybe they kind of got out of the habit in the summertime, and they think that, that because we had to go fast in the summer that nobody's watching them. Well, they're wrong. We're watching every step they make, especially when they put stuff in task string. But you're right. I am seeing that a lot with the cap. And so I sent 2 back last week. So we're grading. Everything is good. I did not get to go to the Chairman Jones because, I did another town hall for 601s last week. And that brings me to the question about town halls for this week. And I need some feedback. We talked about doing it next Monday or the following Monday. We need to do the town hall for 605s to remind them about graduation, to remind them about the reception afterward, those things. I need to do my interviewing module with them. I wanted to hit it. And so I wanted to spend about an hour with them. Anybody have any burning desire? Should I do it next week or wait till the following week? I said I would wait because there was concern we needed to wait a while to do it. So we're about halfway through now. So anybody have any thoughts on if I should do it next Monday or the following Monday? All right. I think I'll do it next Monday then. The sooner the better, to remind them about graduation if there's any of them. So next Monday at 6, I will do that so that y'all don't have class at 7. If you need to, we'll meet again in 2 weeks. Is there anything else for the good of the group that we need to do? Mostly that's just odds and end things when it gets to be this time of year. Mostly, appreciate what y'all are doing. Let's keep up. Let's follow through on students that are having trouble. Sarah emailed me a few minutes ago, one that's decided to drop out. Well, if she's been out of school for 2 months, then she needs to withdraw and come back next semester or the semester after.
Sarah, who is that?
That is Carla Paget. She's a CC1. I'm a CC1 to her.
Okay, I didn't know her.
She's not in the class.
Okay.
But I think, Dale, another thing for the town hall meeting would be to review competencies in that competency folio.
Yeah.
And maybe the difference between the competency folio and the competency analysis that they have to do this semester.
Yeah, I did that with the 601s. Carla, yeah.
Yeah, Carla's a 601. She wants to come back in January. In my message to her, I said that I thought the university was kind of working with students who had been through that hardship. So
Yeah, they are, but one of the things that I'm concerned about is these folks coming back that soon. She might want to wait till next fall. Don't. I mean, talking with different people. I mean, this is a lot of this stuff is going to take 6 or 8 months to get fixed up and back in houses and all the things that's going on. Now, if she's sure she can be back,
I don't know if she was renting, but I talked to her before the storm, and she was concerned about flooding, and her house did flood. She said it took a while for them to find a place to live, so maybe she was renting and she just has rented someplace new. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sure, but that's Pender County. They went back, teachers went back today, and students are returning tomorrow.
Carla did go through the appropriate process and withdrew.
Yeah.
And she had contacted Dr. Tillman and I both, so we were aware of her situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we had encouraged her to stay, and we'd work with her, but she just felt like she was overwhelmed.
She didn't have internet for a really long time.
Yeah. I hate it when they drop out. But.
Yeah. We really want to keep her because she really was a good student.
Yeah, well, maybe she can come back in the spring if she
odds.
gets her life together. But, you know, I'm concerned about them and their personal lives, but I'm also concerned about if they can't stay up and if they're having that problem, it just, you know, it's not a lot we can do. I mean, we'll give you extra time, but you know, but Lord, we're just not very successful when we do incompletes. And now I talked with Luann, and she says nobody is. She says that less than half, less than half of the folks who do incompletes ever finish.
When I have done an incomplete, I have always given them a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it between one semester and the other. And I've been fairly successful with all of those. But it's because I just hound them and I tell them that if you don't turn it in, it's going to be an F. And that gets their attention. And so, you know, I'll give them what they've got to do what week. And I only make it between those 2 semesters. I think I did one several years back, and it drug on, and it was not very successful. It drove me crazy, not them.
Exactly.
But when I can do it, and it's just a short span of time, I can usually make it get it done.
Yeah. Now I like doing them in 30-day segments. You got to, you know, I've got this much work first 30 days. If you don't get it done, you're done. And then if you get that done, we go the next 30 days, and that way you get a lot of it done between sessions. But I guess I'll just, you know, I hate to be reported when I say this. If we have somebody who's had a natural disaster and we give them an incomplete, we're stuck.
Yeah.
we can't ever fail them. You understand that? You kind of read the line between the lines here. We'll never be able to fail, and we'll eventually have to pass. That's just the truth. That's why I worry about some of these people coming back right away before they get their life squared away, and we have to give them an incomplete. We will never be able to fail them. That just won't happen because we'll look like the most heartless bunch in the world if we did that.
Well, if she drops out, she's dropped out, she'll just apply to come back and just start over at the next semester or whenever
she can come back in the spring, but I'm encouraging those, and we've had several who have had to drop because I'm encouraging them to make sure that you're ready to come back. We'll let you come back later. You don't just have to come back next semester. But now when you come back, you have to be ready to roll full tilt. You know, your internet's got to be back. Your living's got to be situated. You can't come back and then we start working with you. When you come back, this disaster is over. You're just a regular student again. We can't go back to that part.
Right.
Otherwise, we'll never get them through. You know, if you can come back next semester and you've got all your business handled, we'd love to have you. But if you're still struggling, you need to wait. Because I don't want to be the person that fails people that bring a natural disaster. But you know, what are you going to do? We don't want to be those people. But so the best way is to remind these people, hey, you don't have to come back right away. If you've got your living situation and you're back in school and you get everything worked out, we'd love to have you. But if you haven't, you need to wait. Because we can't give you any special conditions next semester. You know, that's a slope I'm not willing to go down. You know, we're in debate now whether to give one an extension.
I think one of the things that I'm seeing is, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we're in. Malia and I are in a debate. One claims he's had a personal problem. We're in debate whether to extend him from summer. I mean that's what you get into. Go ahead, Gene.
I'm sort of sensing that we work so hard to hold their hand to keep them in, and now they think that's how the program
There you go.
Is. I'm getting students who are turning in that are incomplete, and when I send them back with it, and say, okay, here's the epistle that goes with it. Oh, I didn't finish that, but I wanted to see how it was going.
No.
I wanted to say, excuse me.
No. What we're going to have to start doing, and I've told mine in 601 in mid-year, if you turn work into me that's incomplete, it gets a 0. And when you redo it, and you will redo it, it's going to stay a 0. That's going to be the idiot tax. You're not turning in incomplete work. I'm not writing these for you and just doing this check, see how you're doing, write the whole task, and I'll tell you how you've done. But no, there is more and more of this notion that it's our responsibility to get them through, and that's what I'm telling you. I got way too many of these incompletes, and it's like, what are you going to do to get me through? What are you going to do to get yourself through? And then we look heartless when somebody claims, well, they've had some personal tragedy in their life. And I tell them all the time, let's not get to the point where people have to die over this. You got relatives that are, how many relatives you got left? I mean, several of them are dying every semester because you're late with your work. Let's not get to the point where people have to die over this work. Let's stay up. But, that's what I'm telling you. And you're exactly right, Gene. That's my point. I don't want these people that are getting out because of this to come back too quick. And then we're obligated to hold their hand, to get them through, to let them turn in less than good work, partial work, expect us at the end of the next semester to pass them and give their work and pass work that they don't even turn in. I mean, these people, can I not be excused from that? No, you can't be excused from that in a portfolio. And then we're seen as being heartless, and we could never fail them. We'll have to keep extending their incompletes till they're as old as I am. I don't want to get into that. So when they make application to come back, it has to come through me, and I'm going to double check. Now, if you don't have your, if you're not back in school, if you're living situation, then I'm going to, nope, you got to wait till you get ready to go. Because when you come back, that happened in the past. That's a used to be. You used to be displaced or whatever, but now let's get and go. I tell people I used to have hair, but that was a long time ago. I just have to move on from that. I rarely buy shampoo or combs. I have to move on from that kind of stuff. I won a little golf tournament one time right after I shaved my head, and they said, or I was just about to shave my head, didn't have me. They said, I won a small bottle of shampoo. And they said, oh, don't worry, that's a good gift for you. That's a lifetime supply. And I was like, well, thank you for pointing that out. But, but life changes. And these folks, I'm already getting it. That's what I'm telling you. I'm already getting it. I'm getting partial work in my class. I'm getting, I get an incomplete or it's tough for me. I got an email a few minutes ago. I got another one just a few minutes ago. Basically conditioning me to give them, to give them more time or effort. I want to do that, but Lord, how long has it been? I mean, how long do we do this? I honestly got one just a few minutes ago, and there it is. I got it at 5:08 p.m. today. How long has it been since the flood? A month. But when folks get behind, I start getting these emails, and so I'm dreading the end of this semester, folks. I really am. I'm dreading the end of this semester because I know we're going to have to give a bunch of incompletes. I'm not sure we'll ever see that work. I don't mean to sound like a pessimist, but I know what's happening. I've seen it too many times. All right, I think that's it for me. I think that's everything I've got. I didn't want to spend too long. I appreciate y'all coming online with me. So I will do the 6:05 town hall next Monday at 6, and I want to go over competency folio versus competency analysis, and I'll do the interviewing, and I'll do add-on, the reception. I'll do graduation. I'll make sure that Luann has gotten everything that she needs from them. We'll try to do some kind of we do an audit mid-semester. That's why I said I needed to wait until after mid-semester to do this, until the audit comes along and she can pretty much tell me who has and hasn't applied so that I can follow up with them. So
is graduation on the 15th?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And what time is it?
My understanding is now let's see on this one. They haven't announced the time, but let me look right here. That's a good question. Let me look and see if I can see that. Let's see. Come on now.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it anywhere either on any announcements.
I haven't. I have not seen it on anything. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see if I can get to the calendar here. See if it'll load. Calendar's not loading. Let's see. Let me see if I sign in here, see if I can get it to work. There we go. There's one. Commencement. According to this, we're going to do all academic programs. So I'd say this may be the double. This may be the double. They don't have it on the calendar in terms of the time. This may be the 10 and then the night one. I don't know, but I'll find out as soon as I can. I thought they'd already have announced it, but they haven't.
Okay.
But yeah, it's on the 15th. I'm hoping it's a 10 o'clock one where everybody's all at one time. I hope they don't try to do the 3 and 3. Surely they won't have enough to do 3 days at one time. Three at one time. They've lost so many of the gold program, what they now call DCP. They don't have but a handful of them now. And so I think that I think the graduation, I think we'll probably just have one 10 o'clock. At most, we'll have one at 10 and one at 4. That's what we did last Christmas, was one at 10 and one at 4. So that'll be the worst. I don't think we'll have a 7 o'clock. And they have another fight in the undergraduate one. It might be delayed. They had, like, was it last spring they had the fight during the undergraduate one?
That's just began on January 14th.
All right, so that's it. All right. All right. Zoom session on. Okay. 10:29. That's what Rebecca said. All right. So make sure I have a lazy group this semester. Yeah, I know. That's what we were talking about. They came through summer and they're phoning it in this fall. I don't know why, but anyway. All right. So I will see you all. I'll be on next week with the 605s. I will do that next Monday, and then the following Monday. If we have something, I'll come back. If not, I'll put that one off. But plan on 2 weeks from today. If you have anything, call and email me. We should be good to go. Did we make our half-hour deadline? Look at that, 3 minutes spare. I'm getting better. All right, I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Everybody have a good week. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
You have a good week too.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.